If you're a pickleball player over 50 who plays a lot of rec games, then this lesson is for you. Pleasure to be with you again. My name is Coach Tony. I am a 55-year-old senior pro player and a full-time pickleball professional. In this lesson, I'm going to cover 3 of the most common questions that we get about how to deal with rec play situations that are difficult to manage when you know how to play, but your partner maybe doesn't know quite how to play as well as you do. We're going to dive right in with number 1. Number 1 has to do when your partner who's returning serve is not coming up to the non-volley zone line. If you're watching this video, and chances are you already know that when you return serve, your first job is to move forward so you can set up a nice defensive line up here with your partner up at the non-volley zone line. What happens when your partner stays back is that your opponents on the serve side will move forward, and then any high ball that they get is likely going to get cracked at you because you are standing up at the non-volley zone line on the return side. Now, I don't know about you, but I do not like getting hit with a plastic ball. So what I'm going to do in a rec game when I'm playing with a partner who will not come up to the non-volley zone line after they return is I am simply going to go back to the baseline and stand next to them. Now, oftentimes when you go back to the baseline, your partner will look across at you and say, "Why are you standing here?" My recommendation is this is not the time to argue with them or to explain to them how pickleball is played. Instead, you're going to take a tact of being cooperative with them, of saying to them, "I'm going to play wherever you want to play. If I've noticed that you're playing back at the baseline, I'll play with you here. If you want to move forward, I'll follow you up. Wherever you play, that's where I'm going to play." Quick side note here, you and your partner both at the baseline on the return side is probably not going to be a formula for success in that game. But I would rather be back at the baseline, be able to work on my game, work on some drops, work on some movements, some transition zone stuff, rather than just standing up at the non-volley zone line, getting blasted ball after ball. For tip number 2, we're going to switch to the serve side. And we want to avoid here is we want to avoid blindly running forward when our partner's hitting their third shot drop. The reality is that in a lot of rec play, the players don't have very good third shot drops. What ends up happening is you run forward blindly when your partner is getting ready to hit the third, and the player who gets smacked with the ball is going to be you. This is one of the most misunderstood parts of the game. Players are told repeatedly just to make their way up to the non-volley zone line as quickly as they can. So they develop a bad habit of simply blindly running forward at the moment of the third shot without evaluating the third shot. This is, again, a very common myth. And if you want to understand about myths and how to break those myths, I have a guide that I'll send you. It's an absolutely free guide that'll give you 7 really quality tips that'll help you improve your play. I'll put a link down below and also at the end of the video, and you can get a hold of that guide to help your play. What you want to do now, though, in this particular area, having to do with a third shot, is rather than blindly running forward, is make an assessment of your partner's ability to hit a third shot drop. And then use that information to make a decision as to whether you're going to run forward or you're going to wait and see what they do. If you end up playing with a player who has excellent third shot drops and drops the majority of the time well, in that case, then you can take a chance and move forward. But if you're playing with a partner who you're not sure what they're going to do, or they've shown a propensity not to be able to control their third shot drops, then what you're going to do is you're going to err on the side of hanging back rather than simply moving forward. This last one's a bit of a doozy. It has to do with how pickleball players perceive the court. Pickleball players often perceive this center line here as creating a hard line between the 2 sides of the court. Like there's 2 halves. This one belongs to me and that one belongs to my partner. That means is that I'm not supposed to reach across, much less step across this line to take a shot, generally referred to as poaching. Now, from a strategic standpoint, there are many times where poaching is the right answer. If it's ever the best shot for your team, then poaching is the right answer. But in rec play, you'll find situations where you're going to be paired with a player who does not want you to reach across and take balls on their half of the court. What you're going to do when you're playing in rec play is be mindful of your partner. If you're playing with a partner who's fine with poaching, then by all means, poach when appropriate. If you're playing with a partner who you know and you can have a conversation with, have a conversation. Let them know it's okay to come over and poach on your side, and you may poach on their sides when appropriate. But if you get paired with a partner or a player who does not care for you to come over and poach, then our recommendation would be not to poach, even if you understand that it gives you a better chance of winning that game. I'm going to put a link up here to that strategy guide that I mentioned to you earlier. Take advantage of that. Absolutely free, no reason not to. If you enjoyed this lesson, make sure you subscribe to this channel. We have a lot of content just like this. And I'll see you inside our next lesson. Be well.